The New York Times is really disgusting. It's really disgusting. It's incredible, you know, the extent to which they are just horrifyingly corrupted, and support horrible people doing horrible things all the time. You know, why is that? I just published a video yesterday showing how the president and his wife were pimping out their daughters to, you know, Ryan, Phillippe, Leonardo DiCaprio, all sorts of people, right? And how is it that I'm the bad guy? Why is it that you somehow are, you know, trying to say that I'm the bad guy? It's just because you want to have sex with children, you know, and rape women. That's what your problem is. You know? It's disgusting. The New York Times is supposedly one of the most respected newspapers in the world, right? And just it's just this. Not just male dominated. Not just male dominated. You know, truly corrupted. Truly corrupted. And you know, I hesitate to use this word. I haven't used it's difficult. I don't know. I was going to say the word, you know, tasteless, which I don't really, you know, it's been difficult to try to use that word since the conglomerate got started, and yet it so perfectly describes conglomerate behavior: crass, disgusting, disrespectful. You know, and then there's this, which is so awful. You know, this person died. They died. Right, and they're just using it to attack women. You really just, they have just to say they have no shame whatsoever about their behavior is really true. It's really true. I mean, nothing is sacred whatsoever, right? I mean, it's just sex everywhere. You know, this really perverted version of it, and all they did really basically with this was let people gossip about him. This person just died, you know. The New York Times. You got to be kidding me. You're trying to say this is news? This is news? You know, it's just a bunch of gossip. And this, you know, continuing to just be, you know, really abusive. Really abusive, criminal. You know, its intentions are very criminal. Look at this. Look at this. You know, has no respect for human rights whatsoever. Not in this country, not in other countries, has no concern about the way that his behavior, you know, affects the world. Really doesn't, though. Really doesn't. You know, as irritated as you may get with me sometimes, because you feel like I'm not, you know, giving you the praise that you would like. You got to realize you're starting from a place of just doing seriously bad things, right? So if I'm not, you know, falling all over myself to, you know, tell you how much better you're doing, I think you can deal with it, because something like, you know, these things that you do, this is not any sort of answer. This is not an actual answer. This is just some kind of threat. Hey, you know, you said something I didn't like, and so I'm just gonna threaten you, right? I'm just gonna threaten you. I'm the most powerful person in the world, and you said something that hurt my feelings, and so I'm just gonna threaten you, like I was like you were already doing, right, Mr. President, for years and years. I mean, your involvement in the entire situation is the reason I ever got videotaped in the first place, right? None of the things that the conglomerate has done since 2010 would have ever happened if you hadn't started to support them. You know? So if I get angry about it, I'm sure you can understand why. You may not care. And you perhaps think you are actually a human being, and the people that you care about are actually human beings, and nobody else is, right? And that's not true. That's not true. And you of all people should know that. You know, any non-white person in the world should be able to understand that. Sorry. You know, what is it? I can't. What is it that you want me to say? What do you want me to say? You want me to say I think you're fab, you and your husband? I'm not going to say that, right? Because you're just always doing things that are wrong, and I think this is inappropriate. You know, you're the wife and not the president. And Tom Daley had every right to say no to your daughter. He had every right to do that, and your husband had no right to attack him, and neither do you. You know? And it is totally wrong for, you know, people to be getting more professional opportunities or political opportunities or any sort of opportunities for offering to sleep with your kids. It's disgusting, right? And you know, there's this, and I think that this even got added to this page after I showed that it was Sasha Obama search results. I mean, you've got to be kidding me. And it's actually been there. It's been there for months. It's been there for months because I looked at these search results a few months ago also, and I saw this one there. You got to be kidding me. Sasha Obama will decide if the family stays in Washington calm. And yes, and somehow I'm the bad guy. Somehow I'm the bad guy in all of this. Give me a break. Yeah. It serves them. It serves them, right? It serves these men who are already part of an industry that hates women, hates them, degrades them, despises them, uses up their bodies, you know, and then attacks them. It's just already attacking them by the time they're in their late 20s for being, quote, too old. Too old for what? Too old for what? Too old to be pushed around by you? Ugh. Really not very much has been said about the fact that this man and a lot of other men in his industry are constantly dating women who are much, much younger than they are. Right? I mean, nobody's talked about that. Nobody's talked about that. You know, I haven't gone out with anyone in a situation where I'm as much older than they are, as these men routinely are, than the women that they date. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah, you know what? I just hope you don't win anything at all. I hope you don't win anything at all. And if your movie doesn't win anything at all, you know. And there's a lot of other things that I could say, you know, but I want to just try to be as polite as I'm able to be.